Okay, welcome back, guys. Today we are going to continue to talk about our congruency statements. So here we have an image and we have two triangles, and we are given that KPM is congruent to AYC, and we're going to complete the following statements. So before we even get to any of this, what we want to do is make sure that we label. It's going to be super, super important here. So K corresponds to A. So angle K corresponds to angle A. P and Y correspond. And then M and C. All right, so we're able to label the angles that correspond, and now we're going to label the sides that correspond. All right, so KP is going to correspond to AY. PM is going to correspond to YC. And then KM is corresponding to AC. All right, so now that we have that labeled properly, then we should be able to easily fill out this information over here. So we want to know KM. So if we look here, KM is going to be congruent to segment AM, right? So KM, sorry, not AM, that's going to be AC. All right. We look at CY, that's going to be congruent to MP. And so the order does matter. So C is in the same position as M, and then Y is in the same position as P. All right, PK. So PK is going to be congruent to YA. All right, then we say angles Y. So we already said that Y is going to be congruent to angle P. Angle K is congruent to angle A. And then here they are using 3 letters to name the angle. So we're going to do the same thing. So this is equal to A is going to correspond to K. C corresponds to M. And Y corresponds to P. So that would be equal to angle KMP. Then lastly, we can rewrite the triangle congruency. So we say that triangle MPK would be congruent to CYA. And you may notice that MPK is just this one backwards. So it's going this way. So we just do this one backwards, CYA. And then we have triangle YAC. So it's starting in the middle and then working its way around. So YA, so we're going to start with PK and then come back around to side M. So these would be the congruency statements for this triangle. So it is super important to make sure that you start by labeling with your markings, and then once your markings are correct, and that's going to allow for you to easily find the congruency statements.